Hey, welcome to The Explainer. You ever get that feeling, the one where you're shouting your marketing message into a total void? Like you've built this giant, expensive megaphone, but nobody's actually listening? Well, you're not going crazy. Today, we're going to tear down why that old marketing playbook is officially broken, and then we'll build the new one, piece by piece.
So let's just ask that question right out of the gate. Think about your own marketing. Are you just broadcasting, pushing out ads, sending emails, and just hoping something sticks? If it feels like you're not breaking through, trust me, there's a really good reason why. All right, so first up, let's diagnose the problem. We need to understand exactly why that old megaphone strategy, where the brand just talks at the audience, is completely falling flat in today's world. Okay, the first big problem has a name: infobesity. It's this massive, overwhelming overload of information. Your audience is literally drowning in content, and just adding more noise to that pile, it's a guaranteed way to get ignored.
Second, we've got something called competitive parity. What's that? Well, when every single brand is shouting about the same features and benefits, they all start to sound the same. It's a sea of sameness, and it's almost impossible for people to tell one from another.
Third, and this one is a huge shift, is consumer control. The power has completely flipped. Your audience now has all the control. I mean, think about it. Ad blockers, the mute button, the power to just scroll on by. They can tune you out in a split second, and they absolutely will. And finally, the big one, just rampant skepticism. People's trust in institutions, and that includes brands, is at an all-time low. This is especially true for younger generations like Gen Z and millennials. They don't just believe what you say anymore. They demand you prove it. And if you think that's just a feeling, get ready for these numbers. They're just wild. 90% of all the data in the entire world was created in just the last 2 years. Let that sink in. We see up to 10,000 ads every single day. The point here is, you're not just competing with other brands in your space. You are competing with literally everything for a tiny sliver of attention. So when you're facing that wall of noise and deep-seated skepticism, what do? Well, the smartest companies are making a fundamental change. They're shifting their focus away from just chasing short-term deals and toward building something way more valuable: real, long-term relationships. And if you need a reason why, this right here is it. This single statistic from Bain & Company is the big aha moment for all of modern marketing. Just a tiny 5% improvement in keeping the customers you already have can make your profits explode over their lifetime. We're not talking about a quick buck here. We're talking about building a business that lasts. And you might be wondering, where does all that extra profit come from? Well, as you can see here, loyal customers don't just buy more often. The real magic, the biggest driver of that growth, comes from referrals. Then you add in more purchases, better pricing power because they trust you, and lower costs to serve them. It all just compounds over time. It's powerful stuff. So all of this, it leads to one single, unavoidable conclusion. The entire marketing playbook as we knew it has been completely rewritten. The tactics that worked a decade ago aren't just less effective, they're pretty much obsolete. And they've been replaced by a totally new model. Where we used to just interrupt people, now we have to earn their permission. Instead of arguing with them about why we're the best, we tell a story, a narrative. The focus isn't on the next deal anymore, it's on the relationship. And this is the big one. We have to stop claiming we have value and start demonstrating it, proving it every single day. So, if the old playbook is out, what's in? Well, the solution is actually beautifully simple, and it's deeply human. It's a framework that isn't about conversion. It's about connection. It's about getting your audience to know you, then like you, and then, ultimately, to trust you. So here's how it breaks down. First, you get them to know you by proving you understand their world, their problems, their actual pain points. Then you get them to like you, and this is where you create a real emotional connection. But the final step, the most crucial one, and the one we're going to focus on, is getting them to trust you. And you do that by consistently delivering credible, valuable content. Okay, so how do you actually build that trust? How do you create content that people find credible?
Well, some smart folks did a study of over 170 social media experts, and they identified 8 key pillars of credibility. Let's walk through them right now.
Pillar number 1 is user-generated content, or UGC. Seriously, the most powerful marketing you have is letting your happy customers and your biggest fans do the talking for you. People see this content as way more authentic and trustworthy than anything a brand could ever create about itself. It's real, it's relatable, and man, does it work.
Pillar 2 is what we call revealing content. This is all about radical transparency. It means you answer the tough questions, the ones everyone is thinking but nobody is saying. Talk about your pricing. Acknowledge that you have competitors. You can even admit where your product has limitations. I know it sounds crazy, but it signals incredible honesty, and it builds trust almost instantly.
Pillar 3 is one of my favorites because it's so simple, but wow, it's effective. Just be a teacher. Educational content, things like how-to guides or articles on best practices, it proves your expertise by giving away value with no strings attached.
And here's the payoff. A study by Conductor found that people who read a brand's educational stuff were a staggering 131% more likely to actually buy from them. Think about that. Being generous with your knowledge is literally good for business. Pillar 4 is all about demonstration. You gotta show, not just tell. Use visuals, use case studies, use anything you can to prove you solved the problem. And that leads right into Pillar 5. You have to be impartial. When your true goal is just to inform people, not just sell them, you naturally avoid that self-serving spin. And that objectivity is what makes your proof believable.
Pillar 6 is social proof. And this is an easy one to understand. Think about it. Would you rather eat at a packed restaurant or a totally empty one? Content's the same thing. High follower counts, tons of likes, really thoughtful comments, lots of shares. All of these are signals to a new person that, hey, this is worth your time. It's the community vouching for you.
And finally, pillars 7 and 8 are about signaling deep authority. In a world of endless 30-second clips, taking the time to create long-form content, we're talking deep, well-researched pieces, that signals true expertise. And the ultimate weapon against skepticism, empirical proof. Backing up what you say with verifiable data and research is how you win over even the toughest crowds.
Okay, that was a lot. I know. We've seen why the old marketing megaphone is broken. We've walked through the 8 pillars of credibility that are the foundation of this new trust-first approach, so let's bring it all home. Here it is. This is your new playbook, all boiled down to one simple checklist. As you're creating your next piece of content, just ask yourself these questions. Is it letting my users speak for me? Is it revealing and transparent? Is it actually educational? Does it demonstrate proof? Is it impartial? Is it backed by social proof, deep expertise, and hard data? This is your guide. This is how you build trust.
So, we're going to end right back where we started, but with a whole new way of looking at it. Your audience is already out there having a conversation. They're talking about their problems, their needs, their hopes. So the real question is, are you going to earn the trust to join that conversation? Or are you just going to keep turning up the volume on a megaphone that nobody is listening to? The choice is yours.